All right, I just wanted to make a short video to demonstrate a little bit more about the literature guide and then also the timeline. So when you receive the literature guide, it comes with some really helpful information at the beginning, how to use the guide, and also some thoughts about teaching, and then the required literature for the course. Beautiful Feet sent me almost all of the books necessary, so we'll just supplement and purchase the rest of the books that we don't have. But it just gives a really nice explanation, and you can also find this information online. For each section of history that you're studying, ancient Mesopotamia, ancient Egypt, ancient Israel or Judah, and so forth, there will be pages of supplemental literature information. It's not necessary for completing the assignments, but it's there if you want some extra things to do. And also some hands-on activities. Just to note that these hands-on activities are just suggestions, and this is the only page that explains what they are. They might have a website reference for you, but there's not an instruction sheet or a sheet of materials that you need. You'll kind of have to do your own research for these hands-on activities. But from just a quick glance through all of them, they should be things you can find online. Each section that you studied, I really like and am excited about this ancient Israel and Judah. Each section that is studied comes with a full color map of the area that's being studied. And then here's an example of what the lessons are like. So, for example, here's lesson 40. It'll tell you the chapters to read out of either your chapter books or other reference books, and then the assignments that you need to do for that day. So very clearly laid out, some questions for answering, for testing kind of reading comprehension, but just very clear and nicely done. So that's the literature guide. Just a quick note about your timeline. It will come in just a plastic envelope like that. And there are some really beautifully drawn and large timeline figures that are here. So that's just an example of a few of those. The timeline you'll be creating yourself. The paper that you receive is like a cardstock, probably length width paper. It's not laminated, but you could laminate it yourself when you're finished with the project. And then you're just going to cut around these to make your own timeline. So there aren't any markings for dates, but you can make that yourself if you would like. There is an instruction sheet that's included for assembling the timeline and showing you the order of all of the events. But I thought that might be helpful for those who might want a little bit more information on what the timeline is like. I just love that these are so large and so nice. All of the writing is clear and everything is really clear on the figures. So that would be nice to assemble that together. So of course, more information can be found at Beautiful Feet's website, but I thought you might enjoy a little bit more demonstration of the guide and the timeline figures.